Welcome everybody to Forza Motorsport 7, and today we're taking a look at the 1958 Alfa Romeo Giulietta Sprint Veloce. I hope I'm saying that right. And yeah, this is a car that was part of a family of vehicles produced from 1954 to 1965 with nearly 180,000 made of all the different kind of variants, because there were several different variants, and this is one of the rarer ones, as only 3,000 were made. Other variants include a Spider version, an Estate version, and Saloon. And yeah, this car was pretty damn successful for Alfa Romeo, not just in terms of sales, but in terms of setting them up for the future with in terms of other road-going vehicles. And yeah, I'm not going to just lie about this, but the fact is, this is my favourite car from the Top Gear car pack, because I'm always more into my classics, especially ones that have never been on a Forza game before. And yeah, this is a bit of a first for Alfa Romeo on the Forza games as well, because we've not had a 50s, normal road-going vehicle from them before. So yeah, really pleased to see this on the game. And yeah, it's got plenty going for it as well, outside of just the looks, which I think are pretty damn good. But it's also got a fairly decent engine as well. It's a 1.3 litre inline-4 twin-cam aluminium alloy engine block engine, and it's got 90 horsepower and 97 pounds-feet of torque, which is fairly decent from 1958, when you had to have really large engines to get any kind of power out of any car ever, quite frankly. I mean, if you look at the likes of Plymouth from this decade, they had to have a massive V8 just to get around 300 horsepower. So yeah, to get 90 horsepower out of a 1.3 litre engine is not too bad. And yeah, this isn't even the most powerful version, as there was a Sprint Speciale and a Sprint Zagato, which had slightly more power. They had around 100 horsepower, and yeah, they were even better in terms of looks. The Sprint Speciale looked like a Mercedes, gullwing from the 50s era, and the Zagato was even better looking, quite frankly. So yeah, it's no surprise though we can't have any of them, because they were even rarer than this car. I think the Speciale sold around 2,000 thereabouts, and the Zagato was in only like 250. So yeah, incredibly rare versions of this car, and yeah, in typical Alfa style, not very much in the way of practicality, but it's got a nice enough interior, everything you'd expect from a late 50s European car. And yeah, everything to hand, nice white and black dials, and quite a large steering wheel. But yeah, this car's pretty damn minute, as you can see, and so that means it can make the most of that power, because it only weighs 1,874 pounds. So yeah, 90 horsepower in a car that only weighs that goes quite a long way. To see how far it goes, we're going to take it out into the circuit and see what it can do. So see you when we get there. So yeah, we're at Lime Rock Full Circuit Alternate for a couple of laps. It's only a short track, but this is an underpowered, well, I say underpowered, it's not a massively powerful vehicle, but should do fairly decent around this circuit, and show off why I like this car. So yeah, kind of typical kind of sporty layout, front engine, rear wheel drive, and yeah, the fact that it's quite lightweight with such a responsive engine is, yeah, as sporty as you can get, quite frankly, from my late 50s atypical, European sports car, quite frankly. And this makes mincemeat of the only other 1958, I think the only other 1958 road-going sports car on the game, the MGA twin cam, which has more power than this, and yet for whatever reason is actually slower to 60 into 100, and also has a lower top speed. So yeah, a car that is, convertible sports car is slower than the coupe sports car, but nonetheless this car on its own is really enjoyable as far as I'm concerned to drive. And I know it's probably coming across as quite lame, the fact that we're going very slow and comparison to all the other fast cars that are in the same car pack as this, but as far as I'm concerned, high top speeds, high acceleration, well, good acceleration isn't always necessary to a fun car to drive, as far as I'm concerned. And this is, another one of those cars that I can get a lot of enjoyment out of, despite not having all that much power. So yeah, acceleration wise isn't the best by any means, but it's still really rather reasonable for a car from this period. 0 to 16, 10.518 seconds, 0 to 136.5 seconds, and going to a top speed of 111 miles an hour, which is not bad at all for a mass-produced late 50s car, especially one with under a horsepower, 100 horsepower. So yeah, I like it a lot, and it is, like I said, my favourite car from the car pack. Not just because I like my classics and the like, but I like my cars that I've never heard of before, because I will admit I have not heard of this car before. I've probably seen the Spider variant, because that looked like quite a popular sports car back in the day. That sold far more than this version did. But yeah, it's a car that I've never heard of from Alfa Romeo before, and Alfa Romeo are probably one of my favourite car manufacturers, so to find a new car from them on this game, that is also one that I really rather enjoy driving, is always going to be a winner as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, this isn't going to be the most popular car in general from the community on this car pack, but it is mine. And yeah, I look forward to seeing if they put any more like this in the next car pack. That it's going to be the final one that is added onto the season pass, because God knows we have plenty of classics out there that we have yet to see on a Forza game. And yeah, they might not be the you know, the quickest or the most dramatic of vehicles, but they are, you know, the more understated and the more noteworthy to have on the game. Because if it wasn't for sporty, well done cars like this, we might well not have, you know, the kind of sporty vehicles we have from Alfa Romeo today. Because the Giulietta name did live on, obviously, in the front-wheel drive hot hatchback that they produced in the late, I think, 2010s. And then obviously after the Giulia succeeded this, which we obviously have a sports saloon version with that name. So yeah, the legacy of this car and its successor does live on to this day, and yeah, that's no bad thing. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.